I think that if FURIA like don't come out and basically show their dominance here, maybe I'll be a little bit worried for them going forward. Because at the moment they're on a pretty good track. Sure, like we saw recently they lost to EG, but it's not been bad. That was obviously in Pro League as well. So the matches they've had so far in the road to Rio have basically been flawless and fairly simplistic. Sure, they lost to Envy on one map, but other than that, they've been comfortable. Now, Art, definitely one of the men to watch, and he's managed to be a little bit sneaky already in this pistol round. It is going to be a few spam shots going away, and Yuri is already going to be able to make it into a 4 versus 2, make it just 1, and while Tad is in, the only one left, 1 versus 3, it's going to be a tough one, Jason.
I'm not sure how you come back from winning this. I mean, the upside is he does have the bomb. The downside is he's got a player towards long, he's got a player over towards library, and he's got 1 flanking, and now his position has been given up. So they've got him locked in. He doesn't expect Vinny to be peeking in, but he still at least keep Vinny at bay for now. If he somehow clears this, he actually might be able to get a bomb plant off the back of this. You can see already a player going to be rotating back in, and the fake might have worked out. Tactizin, the genius play coming back towards the A side with 50 seconds left. He might get timed by Vinny, though, looking to flank him from behind him, but he does get around the corner in time, Tom. And this is actually winnable now for him because they have no idea where he is.
Oh, I think the timing might be about to recognize. Walk straight in, and it will be K-Serrado to close the pistol round. Of course, I think for Yeah Gaming, this is going to be more of a learning experience. One of those things where you sort of sit there and go, okay, like maybe you're not necessarily going to compete versus a lot of these teams, but you'll learn a lot about your own map pool, learn what you have to improve, see what some of the other teams are doing that works against you, and try and almost like counter that out. But honestly, this is just not going to be a victory. I just can't see it happening.
This just makes you think about something you said when we casted Yeah Gaming the other day up against Envy, and you were talking about that. Yeah, obviously, when you're an up-and-coming team in Brazil, you're going to look towards, you know, the idols, your MIBRs, your Furias, and you're going to be a lot more prepared for teams like that than you would be for a team like Team Envy, right? A team that you're not really looking up to learn play styles. So I feel like, Yeah Gaming can put up a decent fight. They should put up a much better fight than they did against Envy with Furia now. But will that performance be enough when you have people like Art coming online, thinking back to his Asa Mirage that you were talking about and you tweeted out?
Yeah, Art's one of those players that I feel like if you're the underdog, you don't want to play him. Just ever. Like, you don't really want to play him in general. But, like, if you're, like, a decent team, he's someone you can counter. If you're a team that they outclass, you're screwed. Like, that's it. He's going to show you no respect. He's going to get aggressive. Like, he actually responded to that tweet saying, you know, that went a little bit better than expected. And I'm just sort of sat there like, I like you, but at the same time, screw you for doing that. Screw you for doing a round where you get 5 kills, 500 damage, and basically just destroy your opposition. And this is one of those maps as well where he's going to be able to be a little bit cheeky. Like, they could pull in a double AWP if they really wanted to, if things are going well. Also, he's going to be someone who looks to try and challenge Banana quite regularly. And the T's, they need to stop him doing that, because otherwise it will continue to happen throughout the game.
Oh, Faston's going to quickly get his way around, pushed up. Henny's backed away, though. He's going to receive quite a bit of players. It's just pretty much a bonus round, though. It's just the MP9 coming through, and Yuri now. He's under pressure, going to pre-smoke this off to try buy a little bit of time. And Vinny's actually going to push the smoke towards Arch and gets 1 kill, but Yuri's fallen in the meantime. He's also going to fall as well as Doomou's going to make the kill onto him. And just a quick take, but again, kind of like a bonus for Furia. But it looks like, yeah, have been able to, I guess, bring the aggression to a team like Furia.
Yeah, I actually quite like the way that they go for that round, like just running straight up mid. Like, it's unorthodox, but at the same time, a lot of teams will gamble stack Banana early into the round. So you take a risk, it pays off wonderfully. And yeah, you sort of talk about it being a bonus. The bonus isn't really in effect anymore. Like, it's not something that really works as well. Unless you go in with a load of SMGs, everybody gets a kill, you spread the wealth. Instead, they're now in a situation where K-Serrado can probably drop 1, but he can't buy a lot of utility backup. You've got Henny, Yuri, and Vinny all in a questionable situation. Art's just going to go straight in and buy an AWP, and I can't really blame him there, but I actually wonder if the rest of the players might just save. Well, ended up with a bit of both. Art is now going to be suffering in the next round unless he can save this AWP.
I just realized my mic was muted when I was just talking there.
It was. It was.
Yeah, I was like, why did you just talk over me? I was saying, like, the map pool, like, you talk about it, you know, Inferno being a good map for him, but so's Mirage, and that's the 2 maps to be played with Nuke to follow up third. So, yeah, gaming, like, if they don't take their own choice, they're going to have a tough time in Mirage, and already Art's going to miss the shot, but more importantly, he gets the tag on a fast as he looks to back away. 2 players low.
Yeah, Art's situation in this round is basically you win it or he saves that AWP. Because everybody else will be able to buy in the next round. The economy, it won't be amazing. They'll have 1,900, but it will at least be something where the rest of the team can invest. He, on the other hand, has spent everything. He actually bought up an SMG for Vinny, so he's the all-in player here. He didn't necessarily have to do that. He could have kept that extra money for the next round. But I think they do have that belief, like, okay, we know we can win this round, but at the same time, let's not go all in. Let's give them a little bit of respect. And this play, well, that's an interesting one. All in. 5 players on A, 0 players on B. They've thrown down their final smoke. It looks like FURIA have got this wrong, unfortunately, as the gamble doesn't look like it's going to pay off. The T's slowly taking banana, unless for some reason they get second thoughts, some spidey senses start tingling in the wrong way, which sounds really weird. Yeah, this isn't going to happen, and they're actually going to look to come in on a quick flank. This is going to be a nasty surprise for Yer if they don't hear all the footsteps coming.
Oh, man, Yuri. Again, some damage being done. They have quite a few players low on HP. Tatas, I don't think they're going to expect him to be here. They're trying to boost over the top, and Vinny just swings extra wide to take him down. Looking to push through for more, and Henny gets himself a double K. Serato even wants one. He wants a piece of the action. He's going to take his teammate Art now down. It's still a 1-on-2 now for RCF.
Really tough spot to be in. But they don't actually know where he is. They do have a kit as well, so it's going to be even harder. But after the trade doesn't come in, RCF, he's in with a genuine chance. Just looking for that final frag, and he'll clutch it out as well. That's something we didn't see at all in the match versus MV. I don't remember a single clutch play going their way. So a big round early on, a round that's going to do a fair amount of damage to the economy. As mentioned, it's not going to be a full purchase here. But at the same time, there's still going to be more pressure on. And I like the fact that Yeah Gaming are actually taking an early tactical pause. You've got yourself that big win. You've come up trumps in that round. Now calm yourself back down and get ready for the next one.
Well, I think one thing we should mention, though, was it was still extremely expensive, and it's going to force up a lot of buy-ups for their team. I think 4 people are going to have to be able to buy up here. RCF, I don't even think he dropped because he's on 5.8. There you go. He's going to actually drop now. And we can see the CTs are going to go for the full buy here. And kind of why wouldn't you? You've got another op for Henny. You know they're weak. If you can win this round that he broke their economy, that goes also both ways. You know, for Yeah Gaming, if they can win this follow-up round, they might be able to rescue an op off of this. And then Fear is going to kind of have to save going into the round, you know, after. So I could say a really pivotal round so far for both these two teams. It just comes out, you know, to be who's on top will decide kind of the fate of the early rounds of the match.
Well, as I said, we're going to see this investment once again. It's actually both Art and Serato who have had to take a hit into this round, so financially not the best situation. Every time I see Henny go for one of those mid picks, I'm going to expect him to hit it. This man just seems to be able to pick the pixels. Art's aggression is going to be punished. Yeah, Gaming ready for him. Are they ready for the second? Because there is another player in the form of Yuri up close in apps. They've left Vinny alone. Now, he does have one of the rifles, but he's already tagged down, and a singular smoke will deny them at least for a moment, but I feel like the T's inevitably will take banana control in a short amount of time.
Well, Vinny's got the smoke to buy some time. Still a minute left to go, though. Just spot out Mouse. Immediately going to back away. K-Starter will be here, but he doesn't have a smoke, so it's not like he can kind of hold them up as well and stall for even more time. Yeah, Gaming, I mean, they have so much utility left to use in this round. You look at their counterparts, and there's pretty much nothing except the flash and 2 nades. And this is going to be a tough hold for FURIA. I mean, they do have the flash out of Vinny, but it has to be perfect to set up K-Starter somehow.
Oh, he clipped the wall. He actually went into the left-hand corner. That's not ideal. Vinny, however, is going to be able to kick things off. Serado's just waiting for the timing. The flashbang was decent, but unfortunately, he's not going to get any kills. However, Henny catches RCF trying to push through the smoke. A big risk to take. Has actually handed away their advantage. The issue, however, there's not much to get them back into this site. The spam through does a lot of damage onto IDK, but doesn't actually net them the kill, and because of that, the CT side are actually going to have to fade away. So the Brazilians, well, Yeah Gaming are going to take themselves the lead. CTs are actually going to be in trouble financially once again.
That was rough. Case Dorado, I think he pushes the smoke just a little bit too late. I think he kind of got lost in the smoke, actually, because the time he came out, like the little extra second he had, they would have been blind for a lot longer of time. They potentially could have gotten way more than he did there. At least 1 kill minimum, I'd say. But still, Henny, you know, he catches the push through smoke like you mentioned, saves his teammate's life, but he still dies in the end, trying to boost someone up. But still, saving the 2 weapons. Not too bad. The M4 and the op, and like I said before, Henny, if you ever see him go for the peek in towards middle, you expect him to be getting these kills, but it seems like Yuri's going to be the one sticking to it for now.
I assume that's purely based off Kevlar. I do always question whether or not it would have been worth just giving it to Henny. There is more of a chance of him sort of opening up. Of course, most professional players can opt to a degree at least, so we'll see if that pays off. Interestingly, the T's are actually going to make their way through the apartments. Now, there's no one here, so this could actually be a very easy route onto the A site. At the moment, the weaponry is actually split across the map, and this could be a problem because the AWP might be about to meet its doom. The peek back around from Yuri, though, could actually end up in their favor. First shot does connect, but doesn't actually get a kill. He may even have to consider just saving this. Pushing into the Molotov is risky, and I think he might actually die. Just look at the position of IDK. Sat back towards mid. Yuri has to be very careful that this AWP doesn't actually end up in enemy hands.
No, Yuri actually will push the bridge. He does have K-Star coming around, though, to potentially help him out. Actually, K-Star might actually be able to help get this kill here, spots him out, so now his teammates will stay alive for now. IDK is going to continue to push, again, looking for the kill, but the USP, it's not the greatest kill in the world, to be honest, and if you die here, you give an AK over to K-Serrado. So I think he's just going to try to stay alive here and not really bother going for it. If I was K-Serrado, though, you know, once that bomb blows up and it becomes really hard to hear anyone, maybe it's time for you to go it. Like, it's just a USP and smoke. I don't think the smoke's going to really save you next round.
Yeah, I think all he's really trying to do is just make sure if anybody tries to push onto Yuri with the AWP, he's a warning sign. Like, his death, as you kind of mentioned, not really that important in this round. So if he can just make sure that nobody gets towards that AWP, that's just the most value they can really gain. And of course, now we'll actually finally get to see a 4x from FURIA. So the last few rounds have been 4 spires with pieces missing and a player without a gun almost every single time. Now we actually get them with a proper purchase. So an AWP goes straight into the hands of Henny. You get to see the rifles across the board, even an AUG for art. So there's not really any excuses anymore. And K-Serrado yet to actually grace the board. So I expect now that this will be where things start to turn around. If not, you never know. Yeah, Gaming did take it close with MIBR. Maybe they can do even more damage versus FURIA.
Oh, the nades, the Molotovs as well. It's held them up decently. They didn't really do too much damage, but I mean, I know I saw a Molotov directly hit a player from Gaming. I do have to ask, by the way, do we have like an observer in game that we're just tagging along with, or is like auto director?
No, auto director is not this dope.
I was gonna say, did you get a massive update out of nowhere?
No, the auto director does not do third-person angles and just like sat back with overviews of everything. We do have an observer.
I wish it auto-directed my life if that was the case.
Jason was walking down the street.
I was more of like, it tells me where to go and stuff, and I'll just become a millionaire.
What if it just tells you the wrong way to go?
So you always do the opposite?
You'd have to read into it, though. Nonetheless, 50 seconds left. Control has been gained by the T side, but it seems like the CTs are almost too happy to give it up at this point. Vinny's still with a flashbang and an incendiary. Sure, K-Serrado has no grenades left, but there's still some stopping power. That should at least buy enough time for Henny to rotate into CT with the AWP. Of course, the T's actually still have plenty of utility. A couple of Molotovs, a few smokes, basically enough for a perfect execute. The only real worry is that they are going to start to run out of time. And that's where things become more of FURIA's game plan. So they're actually going to just try and surprise them, push straight through. But K-Serrado, he was ready.
Vinny's eventually going to be overwhelmed inside, however. Rotations have come through. Henny will be here. He's got the op over towards construction side. Okay, start looking at push. 5 seconds left. Oh, if he got the bomb down, that would have been it. A smart play by K-Serrado, but it's not worked out for him. Yuri's going to fall on the flank towards Banana. I don't know how you two-man retake this, but you have Taxison on 1 HP, you have a player on 4, and Art's gonna get both of them. Now down to a 2-on-2. The retake could possibly happen with Henny hitting that shot. Now Fasten, he's a lot of work cut out for him. He's got to take down both players and Henny again. That's a double for him and a double for Art, and that will be the retake coming through.
Can this man stop getting highlight plays? That was ridiculous. Like, players tag so low, he just dunks a nade into the pool and blows up 2 players from EA Gaming. You asked how they could possibly retake that, and I think that was one of the only ways it ever would have worked. A little bit of luck. Still great placement. Now FURIA, they're back onto the board. They got their economy going as well. Pretty much everything they could possibly ask for. Maybe at some point, as said, we might see a double up setup, but I do feel like Art's one of those players where it's just more sporadic. Like, he'll just throw it in. Now that he has a dedicated AWPer on his side, of course, previously he had to be the primary. And it does mean he can do more things like this. Which sometimes result in death.
That was just so anticlimactic. Do things like this. And he's dead. Well, you still have 4 players left alive, and they'll still be just as threatening with or without Art. But I do respect that, yeah, Gaming are playing slow again. It just seems like this team just feels a lot more comfortable against a team like FURIA. And why wouldn't you? I mean, you're going to look up to the best Brazilian team out there. You're going to look up what they do, and it gives you a good idea of what you potentially could do and how to counter them. They're going to be leaving 1 player alone. That will be Vinny over towards the B side. He's semi-pushed up, but he does have the ability to get a lot of information early on. And he can easily rotate back towards B with the smoke as well to help solve for time. So I like this commitment by the 3 players towards A.
Hoping for a timing shot. Quesorado actually going to drop himself a smoke in the pit. He switched positions and always a player difficult to clear. Now they do have plenty of Molotovs, and with that smoke going down so early, they can actually just Molotov him out, nade him out a few seconds later, which seems to be the plan. Going to clear that position at least. Lots of grenades being thrown in. There's still another player on the balcony, however, and Yuri, an impactful double kill. There's still a player below. Jumping down into this crossfire is going to be tough. Henny actually missing the shot, though. And Yuri's just walked into the flames. He's burnt alive, but that might be the bait that they need. They've got to watch out, though. Quesorado's about. He's going to sneak his way through. A single kill for now. Can't deny anything else, and he doesn't realize that IDK is that far around the corner. However, Vinny will be handed the information. Turning into 1 versus 2. Good position taken by IDK, however. He's going to make things very awkward in this scenario. And the peak coming out from Vinny. He needs this kill almost instantly. And he hasn't seen him. He even hits the dink as he spins around. But it's not going to be enough. And yeah, Gaming have got themselves another round.
Oh man, Quesorado had such a big opportunity there as well. That smoke put down on site, it just shut him off. Like, the fact is, if that smoke wasn't there, I'm pretty sure FURIA win that round because he's going to drop the bomb, and then the only person who can recover it is going to be up in towards the apartments. So a little unfortunate, but really well done by yeah, Gaming to recover from that as well. They lost 2 players on initial get-go, right? They had a man advantage early on by getting the first kill, and then they pushed through, lose 2 players, but still recover. They still kind of regroup in the moment with some good use of utility. Oh, that Molotov. Team gets blocked a little bit there, trying to get out. And the rest of FURIA are basically just on the force up here with the pistols, even SMG coming in out of Art. The deep smokes allowed him to get a forward position, which makes it even more difficult for yeah to fight out of this. I think that's invest a little bit of utility to clear out that angle, and there you go.
Still making these rounds awkward. You have to bear in mind that this is only a half buy for FURIA. Loss bonus not quite maximized, but it will still give them a purchase into the next round. They're just trying to make yeah Gaming a little bit more uncomfortable, and Art is basically the master of that. He's got the bomb. How's that happened? That's something that you can't really allow for. A bit of sneaky play is going to buy a lot of time for the CT side. RCF, however, be able to clear up 1. This is so risky, but Art's actually going to make it work. He's got himself another kill. He's trying to find the rifle, but there's nothing to be found just yet. Vinny comes close to winning the duel, but the fact is, the T's have to go back. They have to go all the way back into middle to try and retrieve the bomb. They spotted 1, but Art's still here. They know he's here, and thankfully, they'll clean him up. And now, they'll just head away. They know there's likely no one left on the B side. Otherwise, they would have been fighting for that bomb. And they will be able to take it. But as I said, FURIA, they're making a lot of these rounds super awkward.
Well, Yuri does have a slight chance at least. I mean, no kit, but he has 2 players on relatively low health. Here's the bomb being planted, trying to push through the smoke to go for the kill. He's going for the guy. Long range. Eventually, Banana's going to peek in, and Fasten will close it out. But still, that round, whoever that was in middle towards T stairs that grabbed that AK and got it away was so smart. I didn't see who it was, but you saw Art push back in. He wanted the AK that he dropped when he got the bomb down, but it wasn't there anymore. And if they had the AK, I wonder how that round could have turned out. So again, really like crucial, quick decisions being made by Yeah Gaming. And it's netted them a 6th round on the board now, up 6-3.
Oh, we'll see them onto a purchase once more. I think it's now Yeah Gaming already up to 6 rounds. IDK always seems to be left in a bit of an awkward situation. We can see this boost up, of course. The smoke being down, they're not really going to see too much, and that nade. Oh, that couldn't have gone worse. A catastrophe for FURIA, as both players now dinked incredibly low on HP. The B site has become quite vulnerable. However, Art is still going to get that opening pick.
A very forward smoke actually out of him. I was maybe expecting them to back away and actually give up upper banana control to buy some more time, because that smoke going down now, I mean, they're eventually going to run out, right? Eventually going to be able to make their way up towards banana and get further, but it seems like they're going to be heading back towards the A direction. You got Vinny waiting over towards little Cubby. You got Henny over towards short, so they can kind of peek in for each other, because Vinny might get smoked off here, trying to block it with his own body, but there you go. Flashbang through. Henny lines him up, and Henny actually shoots the gun in midair for a little bit there, so he misses the shots, but he eventually gets the double kill. And now coming around into Henny yet again, both in Boiler. I don't think they saw them actually get in there.
Active RCF. No, he's going to be able to get his way around the corner. Into a 2 versus 4. Still likelihood very slim. Just look at the amount of time that's actually left. Peeks out, doesn't connect his initial shot. And it will be Yuri to actually close out both. 6-4. FURIA slowly getting back into things, but I'll be honest, I'm already more impressed with how Yeah Gaming have played Inferno than when we saw them the whole time in the match versus Envy the other day.
Yeah, well, I mean, they have more rounds already in this half than they had in the whole 2 maps against Envy. That kind of gives you an idea of how that match went for him. But either way, now Henny and Art both on the AWP. Henny actually going for the mid peak like you talked about before. Okay, not just go for the incendiary early, just kind of pinch them in. It's gonna get tough here for Yeah Gaming, because I think this double op setup can do some serious work. As there you go, Henny hits the first shot. Fasten's gonna fall, and even have a little bit of a crossfire with the player in towards Cubby. Yeah, Gaming's running into a brick wall and they don't even know it.
Heck. That's the question. No, absolutely no clue whatsoever. Quesarado springs the trap. It was so wonderfully set by Henny, and now they have control of the bomb. It is pretty amazing how things can turn so quickly. There aren't many teams where I particularly like seeing the double up setup, like, on every map. But I think if there was one, it probably would be FURIA. Just because you have that balance of Henny basically being lightning fast, but normally being quite passive. Like, holding pixel angles and basically just making it so that if you peek, the chances are you're dead. And then Art, where you just don't know. You just don't know what he's going to be doing. He could be doing absolutely anything. He could be all the way down mid, as we saw a few rounds ago. He could just be peeking with 30 HP on Banana. Or, like this round, he was just passive. Like, it's really difficult to tell. Now, I would like to see Yeah Gaming try something a bit quicker. Like, maybe a blast up towards Banana, or even a push in towards apartments. They're going to be going in with a bit of an awkward buy in the next round, so it's a perfect position to try and take some risks. And when a double up setup is in play, as we actually saw when they played Nuke versus Envy, it can be exploited.
Well, I do worry if they're going to blast up Banana just the way FURIA have been defending with so much utility use. Obviously, when they have it available, they even had a 3-player stack that time. But I agree, like, change up the pace again, like, use the aggression against FURIA. I think the A side rush they did, I think that was like round 3, completely caught FURIA off guard and gave him a very solid round, especially against double ops. As long as you can flash out Henny on the first shot, assuming you can kind of predict the angle he's going to take against you, then you progress a little bit further. You definitely take away that distance that the op can play with you on, and then you eventually can get those kills. And maybe the A side would be the perfect situation for it.
they are going to be taking a second pause. I don't actually remember them taking too many pauses, if any, when we saw them play previously. I think maybe they took one when they were 7-0 down or something like that in one of the first maps. But other than that, no, it's been, well, fairly... Well, I would say it's been better. I think that's the way to put it. Like, we've seen changes from EA Gaming. This purchase is an interesting one. And we don't really see too many teams buying up MP7s. I think we saw it a little bit when we were watching the Asia play-in. Like, we saw quite a few MP7s. But other than that, not really a gun that's bought too much. So, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe Farzin is a master of it that was just been hidden this whole time.
I think Yuri just spotted him out, too, with a nice little jump. So already, if they were to go for quick pressure over towards the A side, it's been shut down. And even rotating 2 players away from B, they're leaving 1 pushed up. That's going to be Art. And it's at the AWP, so why not? And again, just kind of running into a brick wall here, but the pace has been picked up. They're looking around these corners. Henny already has his lap trail directly on that position. As in the meantime, Vinny's taking a fight over towards the Art side. It will just be a 1-for-1 trade, and not too bad for EA Gaming so far, but the window they had to work with is closing because the rotations are coming in through CT yet again.
And he's just using this as a shotgun. A close range position that they've not been able to get past. Nice shot from Duma to at least get one, but I think we all knew at that point he wasn't going to be getting any further. 6-6. FURIA seemingly have stabilized things a little bit. Of course, a bit of damage done from EA Gaming, but unfortunately, that wasn't a round where we were really just looking for damage. That was a full investment from them. They put everything in and didn't really come out with much whatsoever. Now, I like this. Just go invest a little bit of money into utility. Make sure that they can still buy comfortably into the next round. A triple nade stack up banana. I think that's probably the go-to, just because you have had multiple aggressive pushes going in that direction. So here come the nades. And I think one of them actually bounced off the wall, and instead Vinny actually kills someone else with the nade. So not quite going to plan. But hey, you got to try something in these rounds. You don't really have anything invested at all.
Yeah, and you already have a couple of rounds on the T side as well. So I think we'd be pretty much happy with a 6 at the moment. And maybe take one more and just get that minimum of a 7 would be kind of ideal. Obviously, the most ideal would be take the rest of the rounds, but they obviously can't do that at the moment. Now let's see, as they're able to buy up back into this, they do have, let's see, what, the 4K is an op for RCF, and he doesn't have any utility. So it seems like they're trying to battle out against the AWPs, against each other, trying to use the aggressive peaks that they sometimes take and get a kill off of it. I think it's going to be potentially a little rough. So you're basically committing yourself to a very forward push in middle, and with the way they're defending banana at the moment, they're not going for an aggressive peak. And of course, just as I talk about it, looks like they're going to boost up over the wall.
Well, it's exactly what I mean when I talk about Art. Someone who you genuinely don't know what he's going to do. Just so close, and actually, the re-peak, he gets punished. It's been the B side that's definitely been better for EA Gaming in a lot of these rounds. Winning the Battle of Banana, they're actually just going to try and execute onto it. A few grenades being thrown out, trying to slow them down, and Vinny tries to peek off the back of one of them. Now, with a couple of players here, make it even a third. That's actually still a good chance that CTs actually hold on to this round, and a counter smoke is going to go down just at the right time. Now, Vinny could try and make things really awkward. He actually runs out of bullets, though, but here comes Furia. Only one kill, however, Vinny and Quesarado pick up another apiece, and Vinny comes back for more. He's had time to reload his weapon, and it's taken too long for EA Gaming. They got stuck behind that smoke. They got stopped by Vinny, and now they're getting put down.
It's just such smart timing, actually, the push they went through. Oh my gosh, RCF, do not pull a summit.
It's not
they
his
kind of
Molotov, it's not a summit. He can throw himself. You have to kill yourself to be a summit, to be a 1G. Someone else does it. It's just a Molotov kill. Or a mistake.
Right. You're right. You're right. But Vinny, like, they pushed him when he was reloading. I actually really like that, because then it means it's like one player taken out of the equation when it comes to the fights, but it didn't really seem to matter too much, as I think that was Quesarado who came through and was just kind of waiting for them to push the smoke. And RCF, he'll save the op, but he won't be able to save the round here. So 8-7 Furia do get the guaranteed first half lead. And this seems to be like the Furia that we kind of expected. I think there were a couple of rounds that they were playing a little bit too loose, maybe. I don't want to take any credit away from EA Gaming in the earlier stages of this half. But it seems like Furia have started to like wake up and come online. And now it's down to to be the ones to adapt. Their T side has just been shut down for how many of the last rounds? Yeah, the last 5 straight.
buy they're coming up with is definitely not a great one. RCF has still got that AWP, of course, safe from the previous round, and well, see if they can at least get it back to 7. And it's not too bad a half either way. The only problem is the momentum. I felt like they really needed to keep it going. I don't think FURIA are going to give them any respite. Once all the utility came in, it has just been a bombardment of grenades alongside aggression. Art's still looking for this peak. He does not want to give this up. Going for an early fight. Getting punished last round. I think he wants a little bit of revenge. And you can see Vinny's come in to go, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready for your aggression. I'm ready for you to take this peak. Instead, the T's just going to opt to move their gaze in a different direction. Smoke goes down to just hold them out. And if anything, all they really can do now is wait.
Yeah, and you see RCF looking for the challenge towards Banana, but Art won't be peeking this time. K-Stroud playing a little bit passive over towards Arches, though you do have Henny ready on short, and that's going to be Henny getting the first kill yet again. I feel like I say that all too often, and just with that 1 kill alone, it's kind of halted the progression of the team. They have 30 seconds left. They're going to have to make a decision and make it soon. It looks like it still will be to commit towards the A site. They still have so many players to find and so little time.
They're just getting absolutely slaughtered. It's kind of hard to watch, but ultimately, it is going to be the half going the way of FURIA. They came back from the depths and turned it around. And now we get to see whether or not they'll close it out in the second half. We'll be back after a short break. Make sure you don't go anywhere.
When you feel it's hopeless, when you think that you lost, oh, I will take Esports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down and left up, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after. We never headed.
Well, the first half started with a strong start for Yeah Gaming, but ultimately it led to FURIA making a comeback and, well, ending up with a 9-6 half. Fairly standard nowadays. If you look at the map of Inferno, I'd say 9-6 is fairly reasonable for the CT side. So now we're looking at Yeah Gaming to show us what they've got on the CT side. Now, as we mentioned before, they put up a good fight versus MIBR and Mirage. They got bodied by MV. So now we're looking to see what they can do versus FURIA, who thus far that they've had a decent series in both of their matches, had some exciting games as well, but ultimately they're one of the teams we expect to be minimum top 3 and maybe even challenging some of the better teams, especially with EG seeming a little bit off at times, and the same for MIBR. Who knows, they really could be looking to lead the way. Quick pistol in though, and there are plenty of players waiting. Duma with a lovely couple of taps coming back, and now it's up to Yuri and K Serrado to try and turn this around.
Yeah, I don't think that's really happening. K-Strada now with 2 players peeking him over towards Bennett. He's going to die quickly. And I wanted to say, actually, is that, again, if you're Yeah Gaming, you're going to be looking up to FURIA. And I almost guarantee you're going to look at FURIA's aggression on these maps. And you're going to almost guarantee look at a map like Inferno. So if any team out there is prepared for the way FURIA like to play on T side, I feel like it should be Yeah Gaming, at least in the group alone. And it kind of showed in that round a little bit.
I have been keeping an eye on some of the stickers on the guns, and I'll be honest, it looks like they're more fans of the guys at MIBR. I've seen some taco stickers. I've seen, I think, some Fallen Golden stickers as well. Even a Phelps one was thrown into the mix. Oh, really? that was very ambitious. I like the idea. It's definitely one of the most enjoyable players in Counter-Strike to watch. But yeah, I never really saw that one working out. Of course, it's a throwaway round. It's one where FURIA know that the chance of them winning is slim. The chance of damage, still pretty slim. But if they can kill anybody off, get a bomb plant, anything of that sort, it'd be great.
Just look at that commitment, though. The incendiary grenade being thrown into apartments without seeing a single player. Like, that just kind of shows the mindfulness they're having. Tatson's going to fall to Henny. Yuri, though, might have a chance to get a kill on an RCF. Just trying to spray him down. He's run out of ammo. He's down to 14 HP. Bomb going to be planted. So already a good round for FURIA, but can they make it better? Could they secure this round? A couple more kills potentially to come through. They don't have the weapons available to them, though, if they do get the kills. And there you go. RCF's going to fall. Henny. Smoke comes down. The nade comes in on top of him as well, but it's still going to be a 1-for-1 trade with IDK.
Oh, this shouldn't even be close. This shouldn't even be close. K Serrado, he's managed to get 2 back with the FAMAS. Dumas just about going to clear him out. Henny on 2 HP, trying to waste as much time as possible. He's got a kit, though. They are going to win the round, but 1 player surviving. Those shots from K Serrado were sexy, and I don't think I've ever said that about a FAMAS in my life. So the fact that he's managed to do that is impressive. Yeah, sexy FAMAS. It's just, I don't know. It's like going, wow, that seal is hot.
Wait, what?
Well, they're big blubbery
Talking
animals.
about the animal, or are you talking about the military branch?
Like I thought you were going to go for Seal the singer, but you know, okay.
I mean, I'm sure he's got a great personality.
If you see him in a suit, good looking guy. Where's this gone? Tactical timeout for
Just kissed by the rose on the grave, Tom. Yeah, I think it's their 3rd timeout coming in out of Yeah Gaming, so they're definitely taking some time to talk things over and probably saying, what happened? What happened in that round? I mean, FURIA, they were blocked off in towards apartments. They jump out. Well, they don't even jump out. They just get on top of the balcony. They take down a player after losing one. And then I don't even know where K-Strada got the FAMAS from. That's the part I'm kind of confused on.
It was the player they killed. The player when they jumped out of apps that they killed with the P250 and the FAMAS.
Yeah, and then he gets 2 kills with it. So, or 1. Nah, he got enough kills.
He got 2, I think. Got 2 with the FAMAS. I don't know if he got anything more with the pistol, but I don't think so. But even still, like, that round is absolutely ridiculous. Like, It was such a small amount invested. What, the couple of $100 that you throw in for a Zeus, which did nothing, a P250 and maybe a flash. Like, you're looking at sub $1,000 spent into the round, and CT side, they're on the brink. Luckily, they do still have a buy. That nade has not gone where it was supposed to. And they've stacked up 4 players in now. I'm not a big fan of this 4-man stack if you don't have someone aggressive over onto Banana. It leaves you so limited when it comes to the information that you have. And you can see all this utility just being expended towards A. It's an elaborate ruse, but RCF, he spotted it. The question is it too late? IDK, maybe just fading away here might actually be the right call. Give your team a chance in the retake. And Dumar, that's an important kill. They actually don't throw a smoke down onto the cross, so the T's have given away a couple of kills here. Luckily, they have Yuri to try and turn the tide. Already one back in return, but the CTs have been so quick on their rotation. They don't expect them to be there that fast. Now it's all onto Quesarado, but he's doing a damn good job. Almost gets them all, but they dual peek him. And yeah, Gaming hold on just about.
My butt cheeks were so clenched there for that. Oh my lord. In my head, I saw him flicking the spray onto the last player and getting the kill. But still, yeah, Gaming with the phenomenal flank coming in from behind. They do close it out, but it cost them so much yet again. Losing so many players in these rounds, it's still going to be a scrappy buy from both teams. I actually want to say that FURIA kind of has the better buy. The only thing lacking is a little bit of utility because they have 3 AKs up against the AK and the 2 M4s on the other side.
Yeah, they've taken a risk, but you can definitely understand why. These last couple of rounds have been so unbelievably close that they know that just a single break here is enough to basically send them skyrocketing into the lead. You'd likely have a CT side force buy. You break that. You're looking at 11 rounds without really much response whatsoever. Maybe even 12. So it's worth the risk at the same time. If Yeah Gaming can capitalize here, win this one, sure, the loss bonus will be building up for FURIA, but it's definitely getting to the point where Yeah Gaming could stabilize. So this round really is a pivotal one in the match, of course. And, well, the T side, once again, all set up onto the Banana. Now, you could see that the CTs are gambling this time. They put a couple of players in pit passive on the A site, and then they're rotating everybody else to stack up on B. The only worry is, how far can Vinny get? Because, realistically, Arch is completely clear. He could pull off the perfect flank.
Well, do they wait for him to flank? Or do they actually sell the execute towards B? That's going to be my question here, as it seems like Vinny actually will be holding off. Maybe he kind of is relaying that information as the bombs are rotating away. They could catch him out on the rotate back towards A, but Vinny, his position's been given up. He's down on 12 HP, and they've lost Art in the meantime. He was trying to sell that fate towards the B side, but the bomb's going to be here towards A. Tatison and Pip. As well as Fasten as well. Flash is coming through. No nades to throw, unfortunately, for them to clear out these positions. And Fasten's able to get the first, trying to tag team this one down as they do. Ends up trading 2 for 2. FURIA, 2 players on low HP, and the retake could very well come through here out of Yeah.
They should do. The remaining players are so low on HP. If Yeah Gaming don't clutch this out, they would have let another round slip. Again, a bomb plant though, which is going to give the T some money. Henny in such an aggressive position. He's just focused on the arch side. He insta-headshots one. Henny trying to spam some shots through. He's got to be careful because he can't even take a bullet in return, but he's bought time. He's given Henny a chance to get back into a passive position, and the time is ticking. The CTs have to get moving. They need to get onto the site and start defusing that bomb. Henny hasn't spotted the player running past, but the time's ticking so far gone, and they don't have it. They've managed to win the round. FURIA, they come close in 2 rounds with 1 player surviving, and now 1 player still survives for the CT side, but FURIA have won the round instead.
What's going on here? The last 3 rounds, the CTs have only survived with 1 player, and FURIA, like you said, able to finally steal away that round somehow, but it comes back into the buy-up again. Both teams with really not much money to spend. FURIA having a little bit more than their counterparts, but they have 2 MAC-10s already. And the other side for Yeah, they got the SMG, some Deagles, and a Scout. Now it's FURIA's chance to stabilize things here if he can have a clean round and maybe get Art in case Cerrado some kills on with these MAC-10s.
Oh, pixel for RCF to aim at, and he is going to find a tag at least. Of course, this round, their buy's not great. The minimum loss bonus, they put everything into this. They only kept the 1 gun up, but, well, I was going to say, If they can do some damage, then maybe they can set up the AK-47. Instead, the AK gets aggressive, and Quesarado sprays back through the smoke. And well, in reality now, this should be the round over. I think they're a little bit wary that there might be a stack. So pushing through the smoke, definitely a risk. But yeah, the CT side, it's a horrible save to have to take, but I think it's one that's necessary.
Yeah. I mean, you lost already quite a bit in this round, and I mean, maybe they could take a gun away, but I still find that very difficult to do, especially with Vinny and Henny already looking for potential kills as well, trying to stop any sort of flank in. I'm actually not even going to hunt this one down. I almost thought you might with the MAC-10, but maybe, you know, thinking ahead that they're not going to really invest into the next round at all. You're up against no head armor. Maybe get a couple of kills and still, you know, rake in that money while you still have the weapon.
I'm going to see a little bit of a hunt for the remaining players, just using the SMG. Vinny. They've actually taken fairly unorthodox save positions. I quite like this. Normally it is in the site. That's why we see the T's actually pop flashing a player in and trying to clear all these angles that nobody's in. They've switched it up. But all they can really opt into this round is what they already had. So it's going to be those couple of deagles, a singular flashbang. Out. Maybe there's a chance for some damage. The issue being, though, that in these anti-ecos, FURIA have been pretty good. It's been, yeah, Gaming who's actually been struggling to fight versus the pistols. If FURIA does take this round, well, you have the bare minimum buy into the next. Potentially after that, who knows? We could be seeing this slip away. Nice shot, though, from RCF.
All right, RCF. Where were these shots earlier? Bombs the way down towards T spawns and to come into a 3-on-5 now. They're going to be able to rescue these weapons, I believe. There you go. AK picked up. I don't think they were quite able. Oh yeah, they did get the MAC-10. Okay, so they did rescue both the weapons. And the rest of FURIA, I mean, they're still trying to push out towards A. Henny's rescued the bomb, but if he falls here, if he gets spotted, this could spell danger. It looks like, yeah, been able to rotate players back towards B, or sorry, towards A. And the funny thing is, with how these rounds have gone recently, Tom, I don't want to say FURIA's out in this round either.
Try and draw a setup not bad from the CT side, and Farzin is actually going to survive on just 1 HP. Trading these kills out fairly difficult, but with the amount of HP, there's still a possibility for FURIA. Doesn't look likely. Yeah, from the angle, actually not going to connect his shots, and there they go! They all fall at once! 3 players go down in a second. Yuri, however, falls as well, and it's left into a clutch again. Henny versus 2. Eagle alongside a MAC-10. He spots the first player out, the second looking to try and round the corner. It's all going to come down to the timing here for Henny, and I think he might have got it wrong. Dumar's going to trade it out, and just as I sort of criticized their anti-eco rounds, yeah, Gaming come up trumps and win themselves one.
Well, seeing that first player die coming out of apartments, I was like, all right, well, maybe I shouldn't be so confident in FURIA. But then to see those 3 kills just come in quick succession on the site, the 2 players on low HP sticking near each other was a little bit confusing for me. I imagine they wanted to spread them out a little bit more so they don't die as quickly as they did there. But they still win the round in the end. They still have to be happy about that. But it's still going to be a bomb plant. It's still going to be, like you said, the bare minimum buy. Actually, with the bomb plant, probably the full buy coming through with all the utility as well. So yeah, Gabe, it's still not out of the woods just yet. But they haven't been able to really get any clean rounds, unfortunately. And I feel like that's why we're seeing the score be so close and still be on that cusp of being bankrupt in another round.
Oh, here we go. RCF looking to take a leaf out of JW's book. An aggressive peek into the bottom of apartments. He's actually got Tatters in with him. This is so aggressive, but you love to see it. Punishing FURIA. Their own strategies. Okay, Viddy. A little bit too quick, prepared for that aggression, and now they're looking to wrap around, but look at where the bomb is. This could be a problem. Dumar is going to fall, But they could catch his player at the footstep. That's it, though. That's the bomb down. That's exactly what they needed. The CT side have gained back some control. This run around the map, around the world, coming in from FURIA could cost them. IDK will fall as well, however. And now we've had a complete switch. The CT side have the bomb, and the T side are defending B.
Was Art AFK? Maybe he was like trying to call, hey, give me some help or something. I don't know how he just comes around that corner unprepared and then gets the free kill off of that. That's so unfortunate. It might cost a round here for FURIA. It might get that stabilizing towards the CT side if they can just keep both players left alive in the round. But still 30 seconds left. They still have to fight for a long time. Upside is, enemy team doesn't know where they are. RCF spots the first on the cross. Flashbang not going to catch him out. Now he knows they're going to push forward. He gets the first kill. So big for them. 20 seconds left. In case you're auto, he's got to get the first on the man to the left. I don't know how he's going to get this bomb picked up.
I like
almost just seems worth saving.
He's gone. Tadas has just walked away, and it doesn't even matter. RCF is going to get that final kill and actually now really do some damage to FURIA's economy. They're going to be kicking themselves because everything else in that round was actually really good. They wrap around Arch, they kill the player in Library, they kill the players on B, but they've made that fatal error. They've left the bomb behind.
Oh, man. It's not even the first round that's happened to them. You cannot be dropping the bomb like that back in spawn. And now it's forced them to go for just the pistols and some MAC-10s. Well, one MAC-10. Looking like they're going to eventually just rush this on the safe side. FURIA's placed it up inside of the apartments. Art looking to burst through in towards middle. The CT side will have 3 players here, luckily, but perfect flashbang sets them up for 2 kills. They do continue to push off this, though. AK picked up for K Serrato. We've seen how deadly he can be so far. They've not checked fast inside of Pip. That's going to be the bomb knocked down. He gets himself a double. Art comes through and gets a kill. But don't tell me he's going to, again, make this so expensive. Yo, he doesn't win this, does he? Oh, okay. They do around the corner. That was still, like, so close. Like, the rounds, every round CT side, -2. So out of the 7, now 8 we've had, only 2 rounds have had 3 or more players surviving for them. And they've won 6 out of the 8 rounds. That's the scary part.
Oh, FURIA are going to take their first tack pause of the match. And you know what? It's getting to the point where it looks like they need it. Yeah, Gaming have come back into this one. Sure, I do think there's some of it off the mistakes of FURIA. Like, they could have easily, like, driven this over the line by now, but it seems like they've let a few rounds slip. The one with the bomb is definitely the one in most recent memory. But there was also the weird buy that we saw that had like a scout, some pistols, and an AK that ended up going their way as well. So, yeah, Gaming, not out of this one. It seems weird to even talk of it like that, considering they are currently in the lead. But as you sort of mentioned, these rounds have been so ridiculously close, and not in a way that you'd really give them credit for. Like, sure, they won a force buy of their own, but it's been almost sort of expected that FURIA would win one back. They're now going to come in with their full buy once again. Lots of utility expended early to try and basically force players off some of these angles. Now the CTs are set up, and a nice start from RCF as well. Gonna put them with a man advantage and are in the dirt.
I think if you look at the fact that, yeah, Gaming have won 6 out of the last 8 rounds, it doesn't feel like that. Like, it doesn't feel like they've won those rounds, and it definitely doesn't really reflect how those rounds have gone. Flashbang and Fast is gonna catch a teammates, unfortunately. Smoke's being set up, and being a player down, they obviously have to make the hard decision. Do they want to go back towards B, or do they still want to sell a fake towards A? And I like the way IDK is playing this as well, just gathering the information, going for the jumps, back up and smoke them when they do come through, spots out the first player, so now he's immediately going to back for the rotate. Duma, Fasten, all going to be heading back towards this B direction. And now Smoke's down. They go through it. Time's a ticket, and it looks like they will push it right into IDK, who gets himself the 1 kill, but Duma still there to help him out. If you're running into too many players in RCF, there you go. Closes that one out. 13-11 now for Yao Gaming.
Seems like FURIA have almost run out of ideas with some of the plays they're attempting. The push through the smoke, such a high risk, well, most of the time low reward strategy. Like, it normally does favor the CT side so heavily. We saw it in the previous half as well when it was attempted by EA Gaming. Didn't work there either. And it seems like RCF has really come into his own. 19 to 15, joint top on the scoreboard. The CT side AWPA has been deadly so far, expecting some grenades to be thrown out early on, and instead it's going to be the take of banana, which is the real challenge. RCF is actually going to be given a kill. Like, he takes a lot of damage in return, but these peeks out from FURIA are so risky. And as we've seen so far, they've been punished.
Ever since RCF hit that double scout headshot, I feel like he's really come online. He's really started to hit every single shot. That's in. Nice little peeker onto Yuri. Again, FURIA have been halted. Bomb still back towards the bottom of T mid. Looks like it will make its way towards the A side. Looking to actually clear out towards CT. They're just kind of pushing without really any support as well. Art going through the smoke, then backing away. Kind of sloppy play right now, but again, trying to catch you off guard. The bomb in towards apartments. They're going to have to clear this library position and the site. And even pit, which really punished them in the last round. Oh, man.
It's the risk taker. Going for it once again, and it's going to be sprayed eventually. Bomb in the hands of Quesarado. He's going to try and just throw it up to give it to the player already towards the site. Nice shot from RCF. That's it. That should be the round done. They don't really need to peek Quesarado anymore. He has to cross to the site, and in a 1 versus 3, I think it would only be based off EA Gaming's mistakes. Quesarado has had a decent resurgence in this game, and that's the first. It's exactly what he needs. He's going to try and back into the corner. Bomb will be planted into a 1 versus 2. Now, IDK fairly low on HP, and he even expects one on the short. That's the first kill. He knows where the second is, but he can't quite make it work. Again, it's close, but not quite enough for FURIA. And yeah, Gaming, well, we're going to see them retrieve the AWP, but they are going to have their 14th onto the board now.
I feel like I should stop even saying, like, again, but it was so close. It was one player. I feel like I'm kind of being redundant, but the fact is they're still winning the rounds, right? And they're still up 14-11, so it doesn't matter how many players they're surviving with. They're still 2 rounds away from taking this first map, so you have to give them the credit where it's due. I mean, you look at RCF, 21 kills. You got IDK and Dumao both on 16 apiece. Pretty even spread across the board, actually, for both teams, to be fair. I mean, Henny and Quesarado are both at 19 apiece. But something's missing. I fear is not getting the clean rounds. Yeah, Gaming, I think I've definitely done their homework here, and I've started to rise to the occasion.
Well, chance to get themselves a map point, and they're going to be taking this just as aggressively as we saw their opponents, but this time they'll be punished. Henny waiting, even spots out the second, and the fight onto Bananas coming down as well. They've got to be careful they don't just hand frags away. I like the confidence from EA Gaming, but oh, although a lot of the rounds were close, previously their passive style was actually working for them. Banana control now in the hands of the T's, and also gained apartments as well. Coming to be a very passive angle, only really RCF looking to try and get them a pick back, which might be able to do. But again, we see these fake nades out, and it's pulled a rotation. It's just going to be one man, IDK, to try and hold on. Now, he does have a smoke, and in fact, Dumar is making his way slowly back towards the B site. These do still have plenty of time, and actually, RCF, I think he's spotting into mid, but he gets caught. And now the T's are hesitant. Do we continue to push into this B site, or do we make our way back to A?
Seems like the decision's been made. Run back directly towards that A site. There's no one there to defend against us either. I would imagine if once the bomb goes down, yeah, Gaming's just gonna say, okay, let's just save. I mean, that's why they've all grouped up towards B. And I think we're gonna actually not even potentially see FURIA go for the chase, because FURIA as well doesn't really have any money. So I think the round's pretty much just done here. Bomb going down, and yeah, Gaming, yep, they're gonna go for the save towards Banana.
Yeah, I think it's easily the right call. A chance for a retake here is slim. Their money is in a situation where they can buy into the next round. I also wonder whether or not the T side are just going to leave them be. Like, there's obviously the temptation to try and go for something here. Vinny actually picking up the M4. Really sure why, but maybe just thinking he can win some of those opening duels with it instead. Gonna have FURIA now 12-14, and again, we sit in a situation where if Yeah Gaming let this one slip, FURIA are going to be right back on their tail. Of course, it would leave us 14-13, plus then the eco round, which would follow. Be a scoreline equalization. Remember, MIBR game versus Yeah did go the full distance until MIBR eventually took it in overtime. And then, well, we head into what is Mirage next, where FURIA really tough to play against. Like, I feel like it's become their map almost. See if Yeah Gaming's pause is enough to stabilize them, to give them the final couple of rounds that they need.
Yeah, I mean, it's their last one. Definitely taking a lot of time to figure things out. Again, such a tough round for them here. You lose this, you're out of money. Then you're looking at potentially a 14-14 unless you can somehow pull off another save round. Or another force-up, I guess. And the utility being thrown in towards banana. Oh my god, they just took so much damage from those grenades coming through. Penny on 3 health, Vinny on 52. And now if you're FURIA, you're like, do we really want to go towards this B site? We're taking so much damage, it might be worth to just continue to go, but dear lord, that just destroyed them.
Yeah, Nade's doing over 200 damage in the early stages of this round. We always talk about this being a utility-driven map. Interestingly, the T's have actually thrown a smoke onto the left-hand side. Now, I think they're almost doing this as a little bit of a bait, because normally when they make these sort of plays, you see the CT side actually re-aggress into middle a little bit. And they were tempted, you can see they're still looking to try and find the peak, because if that is the case, then they can start to move their defense over to the B side. Okay, there's no one here. Yuri is going to start making his way back in that direction. The bomb's still down in spawn, so they definitely haven't dedicated themselves just yet. The clock is now ticking, and they have to make their decision here and now.
Yeah, 40 seconds to go. Again, they left, actually, the arch side open. I just don't think there's time left for the T's to even go for it. And now the smoke's going to be thrown in. I think it's actually going to be pushed back towards A, isn't it? Unless they actually get an early kill here, they're going to have to commit back towards the A site. We still have Yuri pushed up. Again, trying to bait out the aggression. It's just not coming. About 15 seconds, and it looks like the rotations have come through. Art, in the meantime, has bought some time. Almost get a second kill on a Dumao. They do have another player there. It's going to be Vinny to stall. The bomb is going to make its way in towards the A site. There's 2 players in pit looking to block this one off. Tatison's going to fall, though. The bomb has been dropped. There's no time left to play anymore. And that's going to do it. Yeah, Gaming. Going to go up to 15 now.
It's messy from FURIA. I feel like they're making these decisions far too late into the round. Like, I don't necessarily mind the switch up, but the fake thrown in was so late on the clock that the remaining 2 players, I think, realized that, okay, unless they get the bomb down now, we don't even need to move. We can just win based off of the timer. So, yeah, FURIA have almost given Yeah Gaming the path to the victory. Of course, the CT side have definitely made it difficult along the way. Great utility usage. Smokes were perfectly timed. Once again, Quesarado's almost dead just from utility alone. Gonna actually take back banana control this time. However, this is becoming one of those games where, well, we sat here expecting a dominant 2-0. FURIA, well, this map is looking like it's about to slip away from them. Yeah, Gaming can pull off another match of Mirage like they did versus MIBR. Who knows? This could go anywhere.
It could. This could be Yeah Gaming's first win of the groups as well, and I guess FURIA's first loss. Got about a minute to go. Vinny's actually gotten very far pushed up towards A. Even 3 more teammates are going to be joining him back towards mid side. And Vinny's looking for the shot over the smoke. He hears the reload in under pit. He's going to look for this one as well. He doesn't know how close the player is going to be, but he's directly under him. He spots him out. Free kill coming in for Vinny. Fatson's going to respawn.
Still 2 players on the side. They need to clear. Vinny is going to take down one. Does he even expect the second, though? He's reloading. Doesn't even know there's another there. RCF just looking to cling on. He's been fantastic so far, but he can't quite do it here. And the remaining CTs... oh, it's tempting. Look how low they are. I didn't even realize that. The T's have taken so much damage that if anything, from this perspective, from what we can see, this is worth the risk. This is definitely worth the risk. However, it's whether or not the CTs actually know this, and I don't think they do. It looks like they're just trying to hold in the remaining players, and unfortunately, although it almost looks like they have an advantage going into this retake, they're actually going to save the guns. And going into the next round, that advantage will have slipped away. Muted again, Jason?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm like, because apparently on stream, my mic is like really bad, but I'm listening to it now because I'm trying to all the time talk to different people to see what's going on. But yeah, sorry. You're right. I was muted.
Okay.
My mic sounds perfect to me.
Okay, that's
I know you love the sound of your own voice.
I do. That's not even true. I don't like listening to my own voice back, but unfortunately, anybody who wants to watch this game doesn't get a choice. So, but yeah, CT side. This is what their buyers come down to. Otherwise, we will see them come in the next round with just as weak a buy. So this really is crunch time for EA Gaming. Overtime looking more likely than ever. I like the switch up in strategy. They're going to double up into the apartments. Not something we've seen too much from, but the Molotov already forces out one. It leaves an honorable position, but Tannazin still manages to win himself that duel. It's not something I expected. He doesn't even risk switching out the guns. He doesn't need to. The MP9 is doing enough, but the Ts, they're reacting. They're trying to just bombard their way up towards B. However, IDK, expecting that reaction, throws down the smoke.
Oh. IDK gets caught walking back towards CT. Duma's gonna be here in art. What a shot! Did he just 180 that?
Looked away and looked back. That was almost like a BM play. Like, I'm staring at you, now I'm gonna look away, and now I'm gonna turn back and headshot you again. Obviously not intentional, but still slightly ridiculous. All three players up behind. Acerado waiting. The first goes his way, but the second can't. The MP9s have been on an absolute tear in this round. Still, Henny with the AWP. Flashbang going to be coming over. Art waiting in a crossfire with him. Clearing both these players is going to be tough, and the Molotov has not gone into the right angle. However, he's going to miss his first shot. Art, however, will not, and it's left all onto Tannazin. It's not quite going to go his way. And now, well, this is the scenario I was worried about. It took some time, but FURIA have finally reset their economy.
Is this going to be at a time when FURIA can tie things up and take it to 15? Timeout coming in. Second one out of FURIA. Yeah, just trying to talk some things over. I mean, look what EA Gaming has. The 2 SMGs, the Deagle, regular Kevlar. They don't even have head armor. So even a MAC-10 would just destroy them at this rate. We have seen them win one round, but that was obviously off the back of the scout pickup with the RCF get a double kill. It's gonna be tough times, and I feel like if they want to take this map potentially to the third series, Inferno would have been the way to go for them. So I do fear when we get onto Mirage, unless they can repeat what they did against MIBR. And I mean, honestly, considering how they played against Envy, this is a massive step up from that team that we saw just a few days ago.
Yeah, looking like almost night and day. Either way, this is it. The MP9s were definitely their better weaponry. Of course, IDK did get killed through the smoke, and Dumar got wrecked. But, yeah, they did manage to do quite a lot of damage. I've definitely seen crazier rounds go back the other way. However, it's FURIA with crunch time. Kind of expect them now to take this one home. The positioning from EA Gaming on Inferno, though, has been very good. Once again, we're going to see this duel set up. There's actually not another Molotov to clear the long side, so they're just going to have to hard check these two positions, and if the timing is right, we could easily see a kill coming back. There's the first, but they need to clear this angle. Art does look for the peak. Tannazin again, he's just an absolute beast with this MP9. Maybe one of the best, because this has been impressive to say the least. Yuri, however, just waiting in the apartments, looking for that timing pick. I think missed it slightly. There's already a player in Dumar just watching the angle, waiting. And they've stacked up again with just one player trying to defend the B site. They've sent all their personnel In towards A. The timing here could be perfect, but Quesarado so precise, ready, and waiting. But again, it's Farsin once more with that AK-47, giving them an advantageous position. Dumar, again, it's going to come down to timing, and he's going to get it spot on, leaving Henny alone. This first map is looking like it's going his opposition's way, as Yet Gaming are going to finally get themselves a map victory. It was looking like a return